I met a lot of entertainment people over the years. Two, only two people, and by the way, those two were musicians who inspired me a lot. Only two did I really like freeze when I was face to face, eye to eye with them. The first one was Freddie Mercury of Queen, and the second one was the first time that I met Paul McCartney. I was a media ambassador for a UN peace program called Adopt-A-Minefield, and he was a Goodwill Ambassador. And that organization put me in a Hollywood press corps for the first time. I'd never done anything like that in my life, and I was standing next to a reporter from ITN in England who did an interview with Paul. I literally had this micro cassette recorder, and this was the tape, and the ITN reporter let me record her interview with Paul, and she said I can do whatever I want with it, and I had it published online. And I just froze. All I could say was, "Hello, Paul," when he said to me, "How are you?" And but the second time, 2 years later, at another charity event, I went up to him and I shook his hand and I said, "Thank you, Paul," or "Hello, Paul," something like that. So I was able to face that, whatever it was. And I realized, the more I meet people, we're all just, in this together. It's not a big deal, right? So let's communicate on a personal level. So that's what I did. And but Paul has been quite an inspiration for me. And the work that we did to raise the awareness of the landmine crisis was incredible. And to work with a whole team from around the world was really amazing, let alone Paul's music with the Beatles, Wings, solo work. And some of that solo work has been underrated, in my opinion. Songs like Hope and Deliverance and Cosmically Conscious, I mean, just to name a couple. There's a lot of songs like that are very underrated. In Indianapolis, the Niswander band played in events that I co-produced for Adopt-A-Minefield in various nightclubs, particularly at Birdie's. And one year we played Hey Jude as part of our set as a tribute to the Beatles and Paul McCartney. And it was just great to be able to sing that song and do it live in front of an audience. And of course, get people to sing along at the end like Paul would. La da 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 na na na, Hey Jude, So it just brings so much joy, and I think that's why I loved it so much. Thank you, Paul, for the inspiration, and I hope you continue to have a lot more wonderful years around the sun.
Commonwealth, yes, Commonwealth.